G'day there everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Now in today's video we're going to have a look at how we can disable the commenting feature on Microsoft Lists. So sometimes, and this is a situation that I came across recently, sometimes we want to not have so many places where we can add comments to certain units of work, and Microsoft Lists could be one of those places. As we know, we can comment on individual items in a Microsoft List, but we might be, that's a place where things might get lost, all right? So comments might be added to a list item. We might be talking away or having a conversation in email or in Teams about that same item, and then we've also got comments on the actual item itself. So a decision might be made to turn off, or wanting the ability to turn off the commenting on Microsoft Lists and the individual items. And this is, again, I want to highlight the amazing work of the P&P community, because there's a script that has already been written that allows us to actually do just that, disable the commenting feature on individual lists. We're going to jump in and have a look. So here we go. I'm in Microsoft Lists. I've got a statements of work list here, but what we don't want to do is have comments get lost and hidden away on list items here. We've made a decision as a group that we're not going to use that commenting feature. So you can see it is currently enabled. I can hit the commenting button, I can @mention, or I can just put a comment and just go like this. But as we see, when I do that, it has been added, and we do get a little notification here, but when we hover over the list item, we can see that we do have a comment on this particular item, but it more often, well, not more often than not, but sometimes gets overlooked, okay, if we don't know that feature or functionality is there, and some other people do. So we want to turn that off, all right? So here's the script: disable SharePoint list commenting at the list level. And you can see it's a couple of lines of PowerShell. You can grab this freely from the P&P script samples site. It has been written by Ganesh Sanap. So a big shout out to him for publishing this to the community and making this available to everybody to utilize. Grab this, put it in your toolkit, because you never know when you may just need this. All right, so let's grab this script and we'll fire up Visual Studio Code, and we will run this script and disable the commenting on that list. So we're going to do this here, and you can see what we need to do is we need to pass in the site URL. So I'm going to grab the site URL that this list lives in. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste that into this spot right here. And then we need to pass in the list name here. All right, so this is the list name itself. So here I've got statements of work. All right, and you can see that in the URL as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to drag this across here, and we will type this out. So let's go statements of work. All right. Make sure we finish that off, and we are now good to go. So we're ready to run. All right, so let's just grab all this. We'll hit the run button, and let's see what this looks like. So here I am going to, first of all, I'm going to authenticate. So let's pop in Megan's username, and we'll also just grab the password. We shall pop in the password now, and that will authenticate us to that site. It's doing its thing. You can see down the bottom here, it's still thinking, and we are good. All right, so here we are. Here's the results. There's a URL of the list, the ID, and the title. So let's jump back into Microsoft Lists here. So we can see I haven't refreshed yet. When I refresh this page, we should see that the comments are now disabled, and you can see that those comments are now disabled. All right, there's no commenting feature on individual items. Now we can reverse that too, right? So if we want to go and bring them back, we can hit the false button. Let's run this again, okay? And we will now enable those. So we'll reverse it, we'll put it back to commenting, and you can see that the comments are now enabled. You'll also notice that that comment that I added to the list item previously before I disabled it is actually still there as well. So you don't lose that function, you don't lose those comments if you actually disable them and then re-enable them. All right, so there we go. Another really good use case and another great example of the PnP script samples community. I will provide the links to the script in the comments below. So go and check it out, add this to your toolkit, and build up the library of these things so that you can quickly access them and use them if you need to. Thanks for watching. See you next time.